Here comes another important tip from the Personal Defense Network. Today we're going to take a look at the LaserLyte SideMount Laser for the Ruger LCP firearm. Now the LCP, of course, is a subcompact, subcaliber .380 defensive firearm. Some people choose to use this as their primary defensive tool, but most people would consider this a great backup gun or secondary defensive tool, especially in the law enforcement or private security industry. Now there's no arguing that the convenience of having .380 ACP in a functional firearm that's very reliable from Ruger in a convenient package like this makes it very attractive to a lot of people interested in personal defense in a public environment because it is low profile, it is lightweight, it is very slim, and it's very easy to carry. Adding a LaserLyte SideMount Laser is also going to make it easier to use under extreme conditions and in those worst case scenarios that we might find for defensive use. Now what I've done here is I've already started the installation. The installation is a relatively simple process, but it does require a little bit of banging. So we've already started drifting out these two pins, and that is going to be our primary method of attaching the laser to the firearm, is getting those pins out of the way and replacing them with the pins from LaserLyte. So I'm going to continue with that process now. Of course, the firearm is unloaded. It was checked by everyone in the area. I'm going to pull that one out and then put this one in. We're going to be sure to take one pin out at a time and replace each one as we do that. There's 3 pins on the frame of the Ruger LCP. We're going to take out the top 2, and of course the instructions come with a very clear diagram. We're not going to worry about this little hole back here, the 4th hole. This pin is going to stay intact, and we're going to replace the top 2 pins, one in the front and one in the back of the frame. We get those flush, and the next step is going to be to actually lay the laser over those holes and use the screws that come with the kit to attach the laser to the frame. Now you can see that we've got plenty of Allen wrenches here. They're going to be used not only for this installation but also for the zeroing of the laser to the bore line of the Ruger LCP. LaserLyte products come with batteries pre-installed and with extra batteries as well. So we've actually got 2 batteries already set into the system, and we've got 2 spare sets also. Now you do need to use 2 Allen wrenches in order to set these screws. One will hold the pin steady, and the second one I'll actually use to place the screw all the way in, holding the laser tight against the firearm. You don't want to over tighten these. Once that starts turning on the other side, we know that we're getting close, and then we can just snug it up. Same thing on the back pin. Using 1 Allen wrench to hold the pin still while we use the other one to set the screw. And really that's all there is to it. Now you are advised to affix the typical laser warning label on the slide of the firearm as part of the instructions from LaserLyte. Anytime you're going to put a laser device on a firearm, you're supposed to do that, so we'll go ahead and comply with the instructions there. Now at this point, all that's really left to do is to get the gun loaded, go out to the range, and zero it to make sure that we actually do have the laser aligned properly with the bore of the firearm. There is an adjustment device that comes with this kit so that you can actually use it on a Kel-Tec firearm also. If you have a Kel-Tec pocket gun, either 32 or 380, you can use this little adjuster here to shim the side mount laser up against the frame properly, remove the clip that you normally would see on the side of that Kel-Tec and replace it with this side mount laser. But it is designed to fit perfectly on the Ruger LCP, and it really does look like it fits very well. The actuation button is right up here, exactly where we're going to have our finger up on the frame whenever we're in a ready position, or if we were to be drawing this pistol up from a pocket holster, maybe from a back pocket holster or from appendix carry, we can come up and hit this button and turn the laser on. As I take a look at it right now, it does look like it's generally aligned with my axis. It doesn't look like it's going to be very hard to zero, so we're going to head to the range. We're going to do that. We're going to take a look at zeroing now that we've installed the LaserLyte SideMount Laser on the Ruger LCP firearm. All right, the side mount laser comes with 2 adjustment wrenches. We can adjust for horizontal and vertical deviation. I've got a little bit of vertical, but I've obviously got a lot of horizontal deviation. and I'm going to be able to turn this and move the laser. What I'm actually going to do is just hold the gun out in front of me and get my sight alignment and then move the laser over appropriately to where I think I need to be. Obviously the laser needed to move to the left. I'm going to take the horizontal adjustment, which we just made, and hope that that's good. And now I'm going to make the vertical adjustment also, bringing the laser up and I like to, when I'm using a laser on a close quarters defensive pistol, actually sight the laser in just a little bit above bore line so that when the gun is extended in and parallel with my line of sight, I know that I'll be able to see that laser dot even with the gun exactly where I want it. I don't ever want to train so that the laser dot is behind the gun, which is going to force me to lower the gun and look over it. I want the gun in my line of sight, so I sight the lasers in just a little bit high. Let's see where we are now. And now I'm going to clear the gun, and I'm certainly going to consider myself zeroed in. Having a laser device on a subcompact pistol for personal defense is a great idea. LaserLyte's made it really easy to put one on the Ruger LCP, which is a great choice if you want a subcompact, subcaliber gun as your backup or as your primary defensive tool. Putting these two things together makes the gun that much more capable. We're still going to use kinesthetic alignment as our primary alignment, but because the sights are so small and you need so much contrast and such good light, for precision shooting, I'd probably make the laser my secondary aiming option with this Ruger LCP, now that I have the side mount laser from LaserLyte mounted on it and zeroed in. Be sure to check out the Personal Defense Network for more important tips just like that one.